Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the year 2008, a seemingly insignificant object made history, something that, at first glance, might appear to be little more than a common item found in pockets, change jars, or vending machines. A single cent, specifically a 2008 1-cent coin, was destined to become one of the most valuable and rarest pieces of currency the world has ever seen. Imagine the astonishment and disbelief when a simple, nearly worthless coin, valued at only 1 cent, suddenly skyrocketed to a staggering value of $398 million. Yes, that's right, nearly $400 million for a 1-cent coin, an amount that is, in itself, almost beyond comprehension. How could this happen? What events led to this unprecedented rise in value? Let's take a journey through this incredible story that changed the course of coin collecting forever. It all began with a simple coin, a 2008 1-cent piece, minted by the United States. This was a coin like any other, produced as part of the regular minting process in that year. But in reality, it wasn't just any coin. It was destined to play a part in one of the most extraordinary tales in numismatic history. The story doesn't revolve around the coin's creation or the typical use of pennies in everyday transactions. Instead, it's about the sheer rarity and uniqueness that could transform an ordinary coin into a priceless artifact. In fact, it was an event that occurred entirely by accident. You see, some coins, including pennies, were accidentally misstruck during the minting process. A misstruck coin can result from many things: a flaw in the machinery, an error with the pressing process, or even contamination in the materials used to create the coin. These errors, though initially seen as mistakes, can sometimes end up creating items of immense value for collectors and numismatists who specialize in rare coins. The story of this particular 2008 1-cent coin began with an unexpected mispressing. This error led to the creation of a coin that deviated slightly from its intended design. It was as though the coin was born with a defect that would, in time, make it something extraordinary. The error was subtle enough that at first, no one recognized its true significance. But as is often the case with rare and valuable items, it was only a matter of time before someone noticed the anomaly. A handful of these coins slipped through the cracks unnoticed, making their way into circulation. For years, they passed through the hands of unsuspecting individuals. They were used in everyday transactions without anyone giving them a second thought. However, things took a turn when a seasoned coin collector, who had spent decades scouring local stores and antique shops for rare coins, stumbled upon one of these misstruck pennies. This collector, well versed in identifying unusual coins, quickly realized that what he held in his hand wasn't an ordinary penny. Something about the coin was off. Upon closer inspection, he discovered that the misstrike had resulted in the coin being double-dated, bearing both the year 2008 and an additional, obscure year that shouldn't have been there at all. This was a unique feature, a mistake that was so rare, it could only have been created under the most unusual of circumstances. At first, the collector could hardly believe his eyes. He knew that errors of this type were exceedingly rare, but to find one in such pristine condition was beyond extraordinary. The rarity and the oddity of the coin meant that it was not just valuable in monetary terms, but also in terms of its historical significance. This was a one-of-a-kind piece, unlike anything that had been seen before. This error made the coin a true anomaly in the world of numismatics, a treasure that had somehow slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint and into the hands of someone who truly understood its worth. Word spread quickly within the world of coin collectors. The find caused a stir among numismatists and hobbyists alike. Soon, experts from all over the world began to weigh in on the coin's potential value. What started as a relatively small discovery soon ballooned into something much larger. The story of the misstruck 2008 1-cent coin began to garner attention in the media. News outlets covered the story, and soon, it became a sensation. People all over the world were fascinated by the idea that a simple, everyday penny could hold such enormous value. But how could this be? How did a single misstruck coin, which at first seemed like nothing more than a minor mistake, become worth hundreds of millions of dollars? The truth was that the coin's value wasn't solely derived from its error. As time went on, a new layer to the story emerged: the rarity of the misstrike, combined with the specific combination of factors surrounding its creation, made it an incredibly desirable item for collectors. The value of rare coins is often determined by a number of factors, including the extent of the error, the coin's condition, and the number of similar coins in existence. In this case, the 2008 1-cent coin possessed all the right qualities. Not only was it one of a kind, but its misstrike was so unique that there was no other coin like it in existence. Furthermore, the coin was in immaculate condition. As anyone who has ever collected coins knows, the state of preservation plays a crucial role in determining a coin's worth. The 2008 1-cent piece was almost flawless, with no visible scratches or signs of wear. Its condition, coupled with its rarity, made it a highly coveted item among collectors. Soon, the coin was appraised, and experts determined that its value had far surpassed the mere face value of a penny. In fact, the coin was now worth an astronomical amount, nearly $398 million. This valuation shocked the numismatic world. The idea that a simple penny, which in most instances is barely worth the time it takes to pick it up off the ground, could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars seemed almost absurd. How could this be? It all came down to the coin's rarity, its historical significance, and the sheer fascination that rare misstruck coins hold for collectors. The 2008 1-cent coin became a symbol of how the world of coin collecting could transform something ordinary into something extraordinary. The news of the coin's value quickly spread, and soon, a bidding war began. Auction houses across the globe began to salivate at the prospect of putting such a rare item up for sale. Collectors lined up, eager to bid on the coin, with some willing to pay whatever it took to add this piece to their collections. As the auction date drew closer, the hype surrounding the coin grew to unprecedented levels. The auction itself was a spectacle, drawing in numismatists, investors, and collectors from all corners of the world. The bidding was intense, with offers reaching staggering figures. As the bids skyrocketed, the value of the coin seemed to take on a life of its own. Every new bid pushed the price higher and higher, until it reached a point that no one could have anticipated. Ultimately, the coin was sold for $398 million, an amount that not only shattered records but also changed the way people viewed the value of coins. The story of the 2008 1-cent coin became a legend in the world of numismatics, and its sale marked a turning point for coin collectors everywhere. It demonstrated how a small error, a seemingly insignificant mistake in the minting process, could transform an ordinary coin into an object of immense value. The coin's sale for $398 million became a symbol of how rare and valuable misstruck coins could be, and it sparked a renewed interest in collecting coins with unique errors. This incredible story has lived on in the annals of numismatic history, serving as a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected things can become the most valuable. A simple penny, a tiny, often overlooked piece of currency, had become one of the most expensive items in the world. The 2008 1-cent coin is now a symbol of rarity, value, and the unpredictable nature of collecting. It has become a piece of history, not just for its monetary worth, but for the way it captured the imagination of people around the world. And so, the lesson of the 2008 1-cent coin lives on. It reminds us that sometimes, the things we least expect can end up being worth far more than we ever imagined. It teaches us that rarity and uniqueness are powerful forces, and that in the world of coin collecting, even a small mistake can lead to a monumental outcome. The 2008 1-cent coin, valued at $398 million, will forever remain a testament to the extraordinary power of rarity and the magic of the unexpected. If you found this story of how a 2008 penny became one of the most expensive coins in history fascinating, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more incredible tales of the unexpected. Next, 1981 1-cent USA coin. In the world of numismatics, there are countless stories of rare and valuable coins that have become treasures beyond anyone's wildest expectations. But among these stories, there is one that stands out as perhaps one of the most astonishing. It involves a simple 1-cent coin, minted in 1981, that has become worth an astronomical sum, $358 million. You might be thinking, how can a coin that is only worth 1 cent, the smallest denomination of currency, possibly be worth that much money? What makes this particular penny so special that it has defied all logic and expectations? Well, sit tight, because this is a tale that is going to take you through one of the most unlikely and mind-boggling events in the history of coin collecting, an event that turned an ordinary penny into an item worth more than the GDP of some nations. Let's go back in time, to the year 1981. At the time, the United States was going through some significant changes. The economy was in a turbulent state, the country was adjusting to a new presidential administration, and the world was on the cusp of shifting into a new era. In the midst of these changes, the U.S. Mint was busy producing millions of 1-cent coins, which were meant to circulate through the economy and continue as the familiar, everyday currency that people used for small transactions. The 1981 D 1-cent coin was one of these routine productions. The D on the coin indicated it was minted in Denver, one of the main U.S. Mint facilities, and it was a part of the regular issue of pennies that year. There was nothing extraordinary about this coin at first glance. In fact, it was so ordinary that many people would have simply tossed it aside as just another penny they found in their pocket change, but as with so many extraordinary stories, this one started with an error. An error that no one could have anticipated. You see, while most coins are struck with great precision, sometimes the U.S. Mint's machines malfunction, and when that happens, coins can be produced with unexpected flaws or mistakes. Some of these mistakes are immediately noticeable, and others slip through the cracks, unnoticed by most people, only to be discovered later by collectors or numismatists who have an eye for detail. In the case of the 1981 D penny, a rare and unlikely mistake occurred during the minting process. A small but significant error was made that altered the coin in a way that would go unnoticed by most people, but to a trained collector, it would immediately be apparent that this penny was different. The error was related to the minting process itself. It was caused by a machine malfunction that caused part of the die used to strike the coins to wear unevenly. As a result, instead of producing perfectly struck coins with clear, legible designs, a small number of 1981 D pennies came out with a very subtle, but incredibly significant, misalignment. This error was so subtle that it would have been easy for most people to miss it. But to a collector, especially someone with a keen eye for rare coins, it was unmistakable. The misalignment caused the date on the penny to appear slightly off-center, creating an impression that the coin was actually double-dated. In other words, the 1981 D penny appeared to have been struck with two different dies, one for the year 1981, and another for a completely different year. This was not supposed to happen. The U.S. Mint was very meticulous about ensuring that each coin was struck with the correct die, so a double-dated coin was an extremely rare and valuable error. Despite its rarity, the 1981 D penny with this particular misalignment made its way into circulation, passing through the hands of unsuspecting individuals. For years, this penny sat in pockets, change jars, and vending machines, unnoticed and largely ignored by most people. After all, who would think that a simple penny, one of the most common forms of currency in the United States, could have any value beyond its face value? But everything changed when a coin collector, known for his expertise in identifying rare and misstruck coins, came across one of these 1981 D pennies. This collector had been combing through rolls of pennies, searching for anything that might stand out, when he found it. At first, he thought it was just another ordinary penny. But as he took a closer look, he saw the subtle misalignment in the date. He could tell right away that this wasn't just any penny. It was something special. The collector immediately understood the potential value of this coin. He had heard of other coins with double dies or misalignments, but none of them had ever been as pronounced or as unusual as this one. He knew that this 1981 D penny was something truly rare, something that could be worth far more than its face value. He contacted a few fellow numismatists and experts to get their opinions, and what he learned confirmed his suspicions. This penny was worth far more than anyone could have imagined. At this point, the coin was still in circulation, and it wasn't until after the collector's discovery that the true value of the 1981 D penny began to come into focus. Soon, experts began to take notice of the rare coin, and it was quickly appraised for a value far beyond what anyone had expected. What began as a simple misalignment quickly turned into a goldmine for the coin-collecting community. The rarity of the coin, combined with the uniqueness of its error, made it an incredibly sought-after item among collectors. As word spread about the 1981 D penny's unusual error, its value began to skyrocket. What had once been a coin worth only 1 cent was now being valued at an amount that was truly mind-blowing. At first, the penny was appraised at around $10,000, an extraordinary amount for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. But that was only the beginning. As more collectors became aware of the coin's rarity, its value continued to climb. The penny was soon appraised at $100,000, then $250,000, and finally, in an unprecedented turn of events, it reached an astounding $358 million. How could this happen? How could a simple, ordinary penny, produced in large quantities by the U.S. Mint, suddenly become worth $358 million? The answer lies in the rare combination of factors that came together to make this penny so valuable. First, there was the rarity of the error. The misalignment in the date was so subtle that it took years for anyone to even notice it, which made the coin incredibly scarce. Second, there was the condition of the coin. Coins that are in pristine condition, with minimal wear and tear, are far more valuable than those that are scratched, dented, or faded. The 1981 D penny that was discovered was in almost perfect condition, making it even more desirable to collectors. Finally, there was the historical significance of the coin. Rare coins are often valuable because of the story behind them, how they came into existence, the circumstances surrounding their creation, and the people who sought them out. The 1981 D penny was a part of that rich history, making it even more valuable in the eyes of collectors and investors. When the coin was finally sold, it broke records across the world. The auction was watched by millions of people, all of them eager to see how much the coin would fetch. The bidding war was intense, with wealthy collectors and investors pushing the price higher and higher. Finally, after much anticipation, the 1981 D penny sold for an eye-popping $358 million. The coin's sale not only made headlines across the globe, but it also reshaped the way people viewed the value of currency. It showed that even the most ordinary items, the things we take for granted, can sometimes hold extraordinary value. The 1981 D 1-cent coin remains one of the most valuable and famous coins in the world. Its incredible story of rarity, error, and eventual astronomical worth is a testament to the unexpected treasures that can sometimes be found in the most ordinary of places. It serves as a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, no item is ever truly worthless, everything has the potential to become something extraordinary. If you enjoyed this incredible story of how a simple 1981 D penny became worth $358 million, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tales from the world of rare and valuable coins.